Get start. Right, and I'll speaking. Here are four aspects. Those are quite important and very important, on the basis of which your score will be given to you. Firstly, the format is clear to you that in IELTS speaking exam, we are having total three sections. Section 1 means your introduction, 2 means your cue card, and 3 means your discussion part. Now, these are the recent paper from April, for instance, you can see. The very interesting thing in IELTS speaking exam is that sometimes the whole exam, the whole question paper can be come for you the same, like in the past, right? And that past means even last day paper or 2 years ago paper. The logic behind that is that the whole paper, how it is possible that the whole speaking paper can be repeated again for the students. That is quite clear that the logic is that all the questions are concerned regarding daily life. Now, daily life questions can't be changed. Daily life routine, our activities, our habits, right? So, by the way, and I'll speaking section 1, how you are supposed to answer, how you are supposed to start, and then cue card, how you are supposed to make the question answer, and how to make it like more advanced level and consider it in front of examiner like this is equivalent to 7+ band or below, how it will be observed by examiner, how it will be examined by examiner. We are concerned with that. Now, the first thing that will be observed by an examiner in your speaking part, that is your fluency. Total, we are having four aspects in IELTS speaking exam. And number one is your fluency, how you are either you are fluently answering for the question or you are having pauses in the fluency. Now, how examiner will observe that either you're a fluent student or not, right? After a few moments, I would also ask you some questions regarding the previous exam, the past, current, recent exams, and then you will all answer me, right? So be active. Now, in fluency, here, if we repeat words like and, like so, like but, like then, are other common words. Common words means like it's really good, it's really interesting. For instance, if this question comes for us, for instance, describe a place where you would like to go to relax. Now, for a place, we are saying that this really interesting place, and believe me, I think it will be very interesting to go for a lot of time, and it will be also interesting for my friends too. And it is, by the way, interesting if I visit each weekend at this place, right? Or any other word if you are repeatedly using in a single question. So that repetition means either the person is not confident on language or either the person is lacking further information to express his feelings and information, right? To express his answer. So to avoid repetition is also necessary to show good and the best fluency, right? Not only single and so must not be repeated only. Like if you say, so I was there, so my friends also gathered together, so it was really interesting situation, so we also enjoyed, so it was really memorable for us. So now again and again, so is also showing that you are lacking, and this mean you are maximum 5.5, right? In IELTS speaking, just understand the marking criteria for IELTS speaking first of all, right? Now then you have to move to the next step, that how I can improve my level, and how either my speaking is also having more so, either my speaking are also having a lot of and, either my speaking is also having some other words, those must not be repeatedly used, right? Now the fluency words must not be repeated. Along with that, the filler words we can consider these two. Instead of so means reason, you can go for hence for, due to the fact, due to the matter. You can go for consequently, you can go for therefore, right? Like some alternatives. For addition and, you can go for in addition, furthermore, moreover. I would like to also mention, like some other native stuff. Those are also native phrases, no native connectors. The connectors, the addition connectors, if you use in your speaking for keeping your fluency and consistency, right? So that is good, and that is the best way to do use those connectors, right? So the fluency, the first task, the very important task, if you want, like for instance 5.5, having grammatical mistakes, even not a lot of blunders, yet grammatical mistakes common and a little, and average grammatical mistakes in each single question or in more question, but your fluency was all okay and information was relevant to the question, your score is called 5.5. I hope it is clear that if your grammar is having problems, fluency was fine, having some grammatical mistakes, but fluency was not broken, like few, a little was not like that outstanding, but it was all okay in all questions, so it means 5.5. But if you add the second strategy, that is also important and included with it, and that is quite easy, because the first thing that will be observed by an examiner in grammar branch is your tense. Which tense has been used by an examiner? Are you answering in the same tense? And that's quite easy, because in IELTS speaking part 1, you can see there are 3 parts in speaking. And part 1, if you see, sorry, there are all the questions maximum are within the present simple tense. Within different past papers, you can go through that. A single question can come in present perfect or past simple. Otherwise, the maximum 90 plus questions, 90 plus percent questions from part 1 introduction, that is in present simple, right? So you should also stick to the same tense while explaining your answer. The first very thing that will be observed by an examiner in the grammatical range, right? Fluency is clear to you that how it will be observed, how it is scoring, the most scoring part, because 5.5 out of 9 is really the maximum score comparatively to that remaining 3 parts, right? Now, if your grammatical range will be having like approximately 75% coverage or 80%, then it means you are 6 band. But if your grammar is all okay, then it means 6 to 6.5, right? And now, if you use a little variety of words, and now we will come to that, we will discuss it and it will be quite clear to you. A variety of words means your impression and expressions have few words to express the situation. Like in all speaking, the only thing and my perception is to do remember few words for each single question, because besides that, all the question you see repeatedly coming again and again in the kind of repetition, or the predictions topic come again and again for you people. Now the variety of words you have to go only for example, you're going to talk about any incident, any situation, any past event, any party, function, any place, any person. Now, the specific words, how can what can be used to to impressively elaborate or to describe that question, that statement, right? One common way can be like for instance, if the same question we take and regarding the place you would like to go and to relax, and now you say this place will be very beautiful, this place will be having gardens, this place might be having my all wishes to be fulfilled, and this place, now this can be a common way. There we don't see any words to make it like more impressive and advanced level. Yet, there is one simple statement, and you will 100% agree with that, because there is a logic behind that. When sometimes students say that we lack vocabulary, that's why we think we can't speak or we can't write. They are wrong the moment. Everybody can speak if lacking vocabulary. Everybody, every person. But to if you will have vocabulary, and if you add vocabulary, a little words, a little expression words, not like opening dictionary, rather only for those 64 topics, and in conclusion only approximately 10 to 14 or 15 topics, for them you are supposed to have words. Like if you talk about a place, so place related question can come in different aspects. For example, your favorite place, for example, the place you visited, for example, the place you recommend, for example, the place you do like, for example, the place you would like to go. For now, the place is one, the place, the main topic, right? But it can come in different aspects. Same goes for person. The person who taught you something, the person you got something, an idea from the person who's really close, the person from whom who shared something with you, the person with whom you share something, the person you follow on social media, the person who is very inspirational for the youth. Now, all questions are concerned with the person, regarding the person, but this we can say the main subject, the main topic word is person. Now, regarding person, personality words, if we know 5 to 6 or 7, and we can use, so this will make our answer more advanced. If we don't know, so definitely we will stuck in fluency somewhere. So the words help us to prolong our answer and to make it more impressive. A single word, believe me, and a 2 words if you use in cue cards. Only 2 words, I guarantee you, 6 band is yours, because I have personally experienced it on many different students. Those who were lacking grammar, I never gave them 5.5 plus in any mock exam. But in real, when I saw, I was surprised they got 6. And when I asked them, they used few words, having grammatical blunders, like not that much major, but a lot. And yet fluency was working. And they were using 1 or 2 or 3 words in cue card and few 1 or 2 words in discussion part, and they got 6. So it means if you work a little and if you use 2 or 3 or 4 words in the cue card and to make it more advanced, and it must be relevant words, right? Now we will go through that as an example, and then after that your pronunciation. Like if new word you are going to use, or if any old word you're going to use, those words must be pronounced correctly. Here is your choice, accent. That is your choice. It doesn't matter in IELTS speaking. Yet I have a recommendation, and that is outside of your IELTS. Yet I would say it can influence your way of talking in front of the examiner, if that is in the most probably situation, if the person will be native, definitely. Right nowadays, it has to be happen in computer-based exams. Then it sometimes matter for you, if you want and if you have outstanding for 8.5 or 9. But if you don't have accent, no problem, still you can achieve this, right? Based on my experience, you can achieve it if your pronunciation is okay. You can follow the same, your own accent, your own style of speaking, your own natural way of speaking, but the words must be pronounced correctly, right? So that is all okay. Yet if you want to adopt any accent, it is in recording, I will share. Okay, so yet if you want to sorry for that. Yet if you want to adopt any accent or to go for any accent, and that is also an interesting activity, by the way, and to have to copy or to follow the natural way as style, so I will recommend something to you. I will just give you an idea. For instance, if your target is Canada, now, Canadian is following American accent. If your target is Australia, that is following your UK accent, British accent. And if your target is like Ireland, Finland, these states, they are also following this American accent, right? Now, Ireland, the country, the specific country where you are going, and for further future good impression and good command on speaking, if you want to make it the best, so it is your own personal choice. But in IELTS, it has no concern with scoring criteria. If you have it, so best. If you don't have it, so not bad and not worst thing, right? Your pronunciation, your words must be only pronounced correctly. And further, you can see for whichever country you are moving, the same native speakers, if you can listen, if you can go to the podcast, that is also an interesting activity. I would recommend to go for that. Now, these 4, to summarize it, and then I'm going to show you a question and how can we work on that, and how can we use the variety of words and fluency, pronunciation, and grammatical range. We will talk about that. To summarize overall, your IELTS speaking is concerned and based on these 4 things. Number 1 is fluency, the top ever thing, the top ever scoring criteria point. Either the student is fluently talking or using so and are using some connectors, and yeah, one another wrong concept, misconception rather. Misconcept is that fluency doesn't mean to speak very fast, and even examiner is wonder like what this person is talking. Like I shared this concept. Fluency means you have to speak slowly, normal. normal way of talking. Yet there must not be pauses, right? Normal way of talking. Slowly you're talking about the ideas, concept you can think within a very normal situation. That is okay, all fine. But no pauses. Pauses means like and the examiner is even got bored, like when you will finish, right? And then variety of words. Add some words for each single question, like 64 overall topics, the predictable topics, approximately. Even for each 3 months, we change the predictions based on the trainers group, like from Nepal, from Bangladesh, from India, from Sri Lanka, from these regions, Asian countries, where we do change within different groups and the predictions topics. But to be very honest, those predictions topics are almost same up to 90%. Like person topic is person related, place topic, and that's why those are same, quite similar. For next 3 months, like for April till April, and I have shared with some students, and those who don't know, I will share now. Those predictions topic 64, you can see similar topics are repeatedly coming again and again. That's why we don't bring a lot of changes in that. By the way, within those 64 topics, if you want 7 plus, your ability must be able to answer directly within the given context relevant to the question. Like question is asking about a person, you must stick to the person. You must not talk about your own concepts, ideas from your side, like who are you. You must talk about the person, personality, right? If the question is about the place, so you must talk about the place. You must not talk about like anything else, right? So what the question is asking from you or asked from you by an examiner, your answer must be relevant in the context, using few 2 3 4 or 5 words maximum. And then that is not that much. Maximum students are having it okay, all okay, this pronunciation, right? Few words, like some students pronounce it this basically. It's basically the last a is silent. Some like prestigious, even maximum, you can see some of the, very well educated, but they would have heard it. Prestigious, there's not prestigious, gs is not. So some few words, you can go for the pronunciation for writing a word, and then directly after that you can write Oxford dictionary meaning or pronunciation, and then you can go for British or American accent to heard that more correctly. Okay, now we go for a single question. We can see this practically to solve that. For instance, here's a question from one of your past paper of April. Describe a place, here it is. Describe a place in Kyogar where you would like to go to relax. The most important part, by the way, I say to within IELTS speaking 3 parts is IELTS cue card. And why I say it quite are most important, because IELTS speaking part one means simple to be answered, like approximately maximum 5 sentences for each question. And there's a strategy we will also discuss in the same lecture a little. Then further we will talk about that tomorrow. Now, for how to answer in 5 sentences or 6 sentences for each single like a very short question, how do you keep yourself healthy, so how to say 5 sentences. Now, by the way, our current top point is that cue card. First, how to make it, then how to prolong it, then how to be relevant, then how to use some words, and how to be fluent. This is our target, right? Like we look for the solution. And now here in part two, why I consider it the most important part in IELTS speaking section. Firstly, let me tell you that in IELTS 4 skills, speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Listening is the most scoring one. Second number is speaking. Third number is writing, and fourth number is listening. Average scoring criteria, right? But sometimes students get in reading 8.5, and in speaking might be a little less, right? Like even 6.5 or 5 or 7, right? Like this, based on their personal approach, sometimes like doing work for each single module. Like it is not like that in reading always a student is supposed to get very less. No, you can also choose 8.5 too, right? Now, but in scoring criteria, speaking is in the scoring module, right? But here you have to understand the strategy behind that. Now, in IELTS speaking cue card, if we talk about this part, this specific part, to make it why it is important, because part 3 all questions are concerned and related, we can say they are affiliated with the part 2 question. How? You can see describe a place where you would like to go. And here is the question. Do people now have more relaxing ways? And here is also where you would like to go to relax. Next question. What factors make a place relaxing? Next question. Does technology impact people's ability to relax? Now, all questions are regarding relaxation here, and we see a relaxing question here in QCAR 2. Same goes for another exam here. Describe a skill that you learned in your childhood. Now, part 3, skill in your country, children learn. Next question, what important skills should children learn, should a child learn? So that's why part 2 is very important. All the question of part 3 are concerned and related to that. Like part 2 Q card preparation is like the whole exam preparation for IELTS speaking, right? So that's why the 64 topics that I do recommend to you, and as I predict them for you till April end, and even before further exams too can follow those questions, right? Because as those are followed in the past years too, in past months, in past weeks, right? Now the same questions can be followed too in 90+%, right? So those questions you should not ignore and avoid, and you should be very fluent explaining specifically those questions. Minimum score you can achieve, minimum score you can achieve, that will be 6, the minimum. By making few minor mistakes are measured, but yet if you didn't make blunders, so you can easily achieve 7+ in speaking part, and that is really also astonishing, right? Now, to how to make our question, second strategy. Here is our cue card, for instance. Describe a place. Yeah, sorry, somebody mic is on. There is a background noise a little. If you can, yes, if you can mute, please. Okay, now, and I'll cue card 2. Here's, for instance, this is the question for us. Now, yeah. For example, describe a place where you would like to go to relax. Firstly, you see there will be WH questions. A common student can face difficulty by starting an answer. One is directly speaking, oh, there's a place I just visited and I would like to go to there, and I would be really relaxed, right? And you talking and like picking sentence from here and then from another side and just sharing information with an examiner, and also unaware like what am I talking about, and suddenly stop, right? And one is like talking in a proper context and your target is not less. If round about this, so fine. But if plus about this, so not fine. You should talk within a proper context. And that proper context means your WH questions, those which will be mentioned below the question, and also having a natural start. Like, this is really an interesting question for me. I was expecting the question. You have to give two impressions here. Number one, by sharing, having a starting phrase here. First is you are welcoming examiner, that I really appreciate or like this question, and I'm really very, you can say, emotional. I'm ready for this question, and I do like to answer for this question. Like these situations show, when these words will show, when you say, this is really an interesting question for me. And you should show it with the facial gestures, right? Like facial expressions, friendly expressions. That is called, also in English, we call it intonations. Your expressions, body language, right? This is very interesting point. Your body language either agree with your interesting word, face is also interesting the moment you're saying this is really interesting question, or you're scared and you want to run from the test, right? Oh my God, what will happen? How many score? How much score? How many band I will achieve? Are you directly showing too through your facial gestures, right? So this is not like a psychological game, but your communication way how you are responding for this question, especially Q card 2. And another aspect why it is quite important, the Q card 2, because in Q card, this is the only question in overall speaking exam. Here, we can easily observe how many bands student can achieve when he talk for more than 30 seconds. Any of your student in the same class, if talk for more than 30 seconds, I can directly guarantee you that this is your roundabout figure score. And if you got 1+ band than that, it will be a really surprising thing for me and you too, yet not less than is possible. if you don't make a kind of like blunders, that because that is a kind of like on two aspects I will give you score on scoring criteria. Second, on the experience. In the past, how many students I faced? Hundreds plus, many hundreds. Now, in those students, how the student was responding and how much score was given to him in the real exam. So comparatively to his level, if the same student or any other new student will answer in the same style, so definitely the same score, right? Now, by the way, for uh, this question that a place is interesting to get to relax, how can we have a start? See, natural start to have we can say impressive or to have interesting we can say the communication with examiner. If examiner is serious or friendly, no matter, you are supposed to be serious, sorry, you are supposed to be friendly, right? A little friendly means in a by your facial gestures. Natural start. Then connecting ideas, your further information is based on your WH question. Like when it happened, you have to directly draw a circle on the piece of paper. On each single corner, you have to write each word WH question answer. For example, which place? So which place where it is located? For which place? Now the specification, the popularity, the any of the specific concept, or how are the people over there about this place, you can talk for around about 30 seconds even, right? Specification of a place if you cannot describe, so what can you, if and your dream, or if you want 7 plus, so about the space, about the place, like about the people of the place, about the place overall atmosphere, weather, about the place, circumstances further, like the atmosphere is clean, right? How are the people treating other people, are the guests, right? And what is surprising over there, what is more advanced comparatively to other societies, right? Now, then where it is located, specification of the place, position, location, right? And how far it can be from you right the moment. And then why you think it is the only place that you would like to go and to relax. Any place, the place can be next to your house too, right? At any place, but you how you are making it, this matters. This doesn't matter if you shared Switzerland and further you stop and you talk about any here Rawalpindi or any city, a common name you take, but you make it like more beautiful than Switzerland, and examiner there from UK I also want to visit Pakistan, and book the ticket, right? And so next one you would like. So for on the basis of WH question, you have to show the impression, you have to show the the expressions, the way how you are sharing your information. And then what is the solution for this to improve for more than 1 minute, for approximately like 1 minute fluent talking means, again, now understand the strategical parts and the strategy behind the IELTS scoring criteria is, as this is our current topic for today. 5.5 means the student can talk on cue card for approximately 1 minute with fluency, but after 1 minute, he or she can have sudden pauses and stop sudden. But if the student has the ability to talk for 2 minutes with outstanding fluency, no grammatical mistakes, content is relevant, so it means 7 or plus, right? Answer must be relevant. Now, here, what is the solution for cue card and overall for this 7 plus? The solution is daily speaking for more than 1 hour, or at least average 1 hour on different topics, on any topic. Firstly, the IELTS topic. Second, on any topic. Second, more than 2 minutes on a single topic. For example, you take 10 topics a day, 10 cue cards, for example, and you want to make those 10 topics to speak on them. Firstly, you have to think, you have to predict, you have to share information. Then on the same 10 topics, your next activity can be, firstly, you can discuss with your own self in front of the mirror, in front of the mobile recording, or within with your friends by imagining examiner in front of you, anyone, right? People do like in front of mirror even, while you are having groups and you are having like a very talented and intellectual students too here in your class groups. Now, means like there are a lot of possibilities if you make. Now, second is on all those single topics, on all those each topic, you are supposed to talk for 2 minutes. You have to try to talk for 2 minutes without pauses and using some words. What kind of words? Now, which we will go through for this topic, for instance. And second is like, for example, now I ask you question. Which tense has been used in this question? Describe a place where you're like, yes.
Simple
Which?
present tense.
Simple present. See.
Where you.
It's future.
Is future, right? Where you would, yes. Description.
Past.
Yeah. No, no, no,
Past.
no, no, no. If we went past, so score also passed from us, the band. Future, we have to talk about the future. The first thing, the question identification. The first thing, yes, another thing, this is very important. Sometimes students feel more overconfident by getting good score in practice and mock test in any of the single module, and they make sometimes blunder in the real one. How? By directly jumping to the answer and not focusing on the sometime on the context of the question, sometime on the tense of the question. While that might be very simple. Now, this is simple that would is reflecting the future time. So future, tense identification. Second, my answer must be overall in simple, future. Next, how many words do I have to express feelings and make them sound more like natural and make them sound like more than like it has really happened as it is a real situation. Now, the solution is outstanding command and tenses. Outstanding command and tenses, like whatever the tense the question is following, you're directly following in the same tense, the answer. So it means your tenses are okay. If not, revise it, no problem. Subject verb agreement again and noun antecedent agreement again. You should go for this and revise it and again go for this, the most important topic for speaking and writing, right? And if need any help, I would share the recording and notes for you for regarding these topics, and you can revise that. And the last one is conditional sentences, right? Any condition sometime for 7+, for below than 7, no problem for condition, right? 6.5 easily can be achievable without conditional sentences. But above 7 means the sentences must be compound, the sentences must be complex, the sentences must be following somewhere. If I would ever get a chance, like now you are using a condition, right? So there must be some condition sentences, like 4 are the kinds, 0, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and you should understand how to use those conditions, right? So that will also enhance your level, or we can say enhance your way of speaking. Okay, now variety of words we are having. For instance, for the same question, here it is the place where you go and like to relax. Firstly, directly you start and you're talking about the place you're sorry, let me share. Yes, future. Okay, now the place words, we can say any place, any place. This words you can use and this, both one and the same thing, right? Serene are tranquil, peaceful and calm, quiet and peaceful, right? For each single topic, what I want you people to do, I would share a lot of vocabularies like 500 daily common words and this is, but I know that those are not personally going to work. And as you can see, a lot of vocabulary list and reading a listing, I know that those will never work until and unless you take a practical start and a little hard work that will make your destination easy for you, right? And that hard work means that now this topic, for instance, regarding a place, any question is asked from me, so I can use the word serene. It is really a serene place for me. And the reason behind that is I get relaxed, right? Calm and peaceful. It is a tranquil, like there is no noise. Do you like to stay at noisy places? Don't you like noisy places? I know I'm in the favor of tranquil kind of places. Now, don't you think like a single word can make your statement a little considered to be advanced? I personally 100% believe it, and further it depends on you. Either it is or it, and the logical proof for that is if you will not say the word, so now the single answer can be simple, and the only simple statement, if you don't use it, right, you will say I don't like, or I am not sure about that. I do like to stay in it, but another you use this. Next, picturesque, visually attractive, especially in a quite charming way, very attractive place, right? So few words. Now this is really very interesting word. The for other words you can also get rejuvenating, rejuvenate kind of place, or rejuvenating place. Now rejuvenating, that means it makes you happy, it gives you some kind of like new ideas, or it restore energy. That means like in simple words, we can say the person feels physically and mentally relaxed, right? Restoring energy, rejuvenating. That can be park, that can be even shopping, that can be any kind of place where you feel a little outing, and that outing kind of thing makes you relax, right? Then other words you can see. So firstly, 3-4 words are enough for a single question, right? But if you will do now, for instance, this kind of question, which is a very important question, a skill that you learned in your childhood, a skill that was taught to you by an old person, a skill that you taught to someone, a skill that your friend taught to you, or the skill or something your teacher taught to you, or you learned something from your close friend or sibling, like this. But the thing is learning, and learning is a skill, and skill has these words: proficiency, a high degree of skill or expertise, yeah, dexterity, a skill in performing tasks, right? Now, different words: innate, natural, useful to describe natural ability. This is really innate ability. I would like to start, I would like to share with you innate ability, right? Describe natural ability. So all this information regarding today's concern discussion is that we must work on these four specific things. And two, number one, for 6.5, that is fluency and your grammatical range. And third, for 7 plus, is your variety of words within each question. 4, 5, especially which each question, I mean Q card 2 and part 3 discussion part, right? 2, 3, 4 words. The words list, you can take help from two sources. One is the IELTS Maker speaking book, right? I will share. And another is you can take help also from your ChatGPT or any other source you want to. That, for instance, question I share, question sample answer you want I share. But if you want your own use words, so you can go for other sources too, right? Now, if you are having any question, you can ask, please. Yes, guys. Practical, we will discuss too these speaking questions tomorrow. I'm assigning you first top 10 topics, first 10 topics within 64 predictable topics. And what the thing you have to do, I'm sharing right now in the group. Those 10 topics, you have to make for each topic 4 words, only 4 words, 4, maximum 5, not more than that. Those are, to be very honest, those are enough for 7 plus even, if you can explain them further, elaborate them. And those 10 topics, you have to go through that. And further at the end, there is some more fluency rules, like how to bring fluency in speaking. You're supposed and you're requested to also go through those rules, those points. I will share, and meanwhile in your class group. Yes. Any more question or anything you want to share?
Sir, I want to ask about the format of the speaking test. Like you said, it is a computer based, so there will be
Computer-based
no
examiner from
examiners.
on
So
camera.
there will be no person sitting next to us.
No, no, in 90+% situation nowadays in computer based in front of the camera.